Hello and welcome to Shaded Reality. I'm Marie. I'm here with Anne. We are back to record another episode of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Good morning.
Good morning. And I felt like by the time we got halfway through, everyone would be over the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives because they would have already binged it, a couple weeks ago. But no, these girls will not, and men will not get out of the freaking news. So they are still just as relevant as the freaking day they dropped all these episodes. My goodness. They're either amazing at their jobs or really have the most dramatic lives. Like, I haven't decided. Or have they actually saved all this shit up to make the drama? Obviously, I believe Jessi and Jordan are getting divorced. But, did they save it? You know what I mean? To, be a big drop so that, they stayed relevant? Or did it really happen the way she said it did during her interview? That, he just blindsided her. It's just nuts how many things are out there.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you have stuff. I wanted to make sure I kind of covered a few things just because it's so relevant right now and, all going on. Jessi was on Call Her Daddy, and you listened, right?
I did.
It was good, but I wouldn't say I was surprised by, a whole lot. Except that he cheated.
No. Oh, and the escorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we found out her prenup was signed. What she was worried about is that it wasn't notarized. So there was no witnesses to the signature, but she's since looked into it, and the fact that it is signed is good. So I think in our breaking news episode, I said it wasn't filed with the courts or something. Yeah. That wasn't correct. It's that she was worried it wasn't notarized, but that is not a requirement. So she does have a prenup. She said she's probably gonna have to pay alimony and child support, those kinds of things. So she's gonna lose out on some money, but honestly, she didn't seem to really give a shit.
I was gonna say she does not even seem bothered by it. She's just I'm gonna have to pay. Yeah. Any other person, I feel would be oh my God, how much money is this going to be? Which I know she makes very good money.
Yeah.
But I also feel doesn't that go by how much money you make?
I'm pretty sure. Because alimony is keeping your partner in the lifestyle they're accustomed to, I believe. So, it's going to be a decent sum.
Yeah. But she's
I'd imagine.
Everything's
now,
just
I
so
think
nonchalant.
Yes, she has very little emotion.
Yeah. Which is that her front that she puts on? You know what I mean?
Oh, I think
I'm a strong person. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I think I would probably act the same way. I would casually talk about my trauma. I've done it. That doesn't really surprise me. Not that she doesn't break. I bet she breaks down at night by herself, or you know what I mean? Not in the public kind of thing. So as of last night or this morning, I saw it this morning. I think there was hints of it. So on Call Her Daddy, I literally thought this. She made a comment at the end and she said, Chase, who's really been helping me through this, told me blah, 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 whatever he told her. Okay.
That's what I took.
And I was like, no. Every time a fucking woman is out here saying, this guy is really helping me through this, it means they're hooking up with them. And I was like, no, there's no way, though. She can't be.
She immediately was like, oh, and Miranda, too. And Miranda. She has been so, she caught herself. And I was like,
yeah.
I know, I caught that, too. And I was like, I guess I was putting it together as they were doing that shit, making those videos and stuff together. And I was like, maybe they are just, all in the same circle. But yeah, that is, Jessi.
So yeah, she was caught making out with him in, again, another public space. This is the same thing the rumor happened with Marciano is because Oh no, they didn't. They kissed in her hotel room,
in her hotel.
right?
Yeah.
There was but
There was
yeah,
allegations that they
she was
kissed
making
in Tom Tom or whatever. But she said
but
that
she's
it was in the hotel.
yeah. So yeah, she has kissed Chase. I don't know if there's more. Miranda put out a statement. I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's kind of long. But Miranda essentially posted a TikTok that was her like doing her makeup, and she's like, "Get ready with me as I oh, what was it? I didn't write that part down. As I process my husband going through all my friends," essentially is what it was. That wasn't her wording. But and she's just like, I want to make it clear, like, don't think that there's an emotional attachment to Chase here. He's just my co-parent, but I just feel so disrespected. Like, he went after Taylor, and then he was with Layla, and I don't know the order of those things. And now Jessi, like, why does he have to even try in her friend group? Like, I am sure with him being out here in the public, there are a million women who are trying to hook up with Chase. Like, he should have no problem. He doesn't need to do it in the friend group, you know?
No. And
he's
feel
just
like
not a good
Chase
person.
Is grimy. And I feel like he is doing it. Jessi, I think Jessi is beautiful, but I don't think that Jessi is his type. You know what I mean? Like,
No.
I don't think that he would ever be doing this if it wasn't for the drama. Like, he does not have, and it's like, I also feel like that's so shitty on his part when you're like almost taking advantage of this woman who is, you know what I mean? Like, I hate to say it this way, but she will probably cling to any man who's going to give her attention right now. You know what I mean? Like, she's so over her marriage and she just wants somebody to love her and give her the attention that she's been looking for. So, yeah. And I mean, Chase is not a bad looking guy. You know what I mean? And he's probably flirting with her, giving her this attention that she wants.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
But where's, like, the self-control? Like, I don't get it because, like, I remember, like, I know, like, I'm not in a women friend group who's like divorced and dating right now. Like, that's not a thing that like I'm experiencing. But like back, say, in middle or high school, when you had a really good friend who had an ex or who really liked a guy, like, even if like you thought they were cute too, like, you just had the self-control not to go after that person. You know what I mean? So like, she also is a gorgeous woman who is on TV, and it's just, if she's out at a bar or whatever, I'm sure there's like a ton of men around who have no connection to anybody who she could get validation from if that's all she's looking for. Why would she do that either? Like, both of them, it's just like, why would you hurt your friend? Why? I don't get it.
And I honestly feel if they were like hanging out because of the show and they started actually really like, oh my gosh, we have feelings, or I really actually like this guy, and they sat Miranda down and said to her, you know what I mean? Like, we really like each other. We want to move forward with this. How would you feel? I honestly think Miranda would be fine with it. I think that she's so over this always happening behind her back. Now, she did say Chase was upfront and told her, but then Jessi didn't apologize or say anything until after the fact that she knew that Chase already said something and that it was coming out.
And has since sent apology flowers.
Weird.
Yeah, that was on the TikTok too.
Me. I'd rather a phone call, apology flowers. Sorry for kissing your ex-husband. Like, what?
Yeah. And like, to your point, she just fucking got divorced like on Monday. You know what I mean? Like, the paperwork, she hasn't even signed it yet. Like, she doesn't. That's the other thing. Like, okay, go out there, girl, and like piss Jordan off and make out with 10 men at a bar. It doesn't need to be Chase, okay? Like, you could get pictures taken of you by fans, paparazzi, and it's going to get out in the public eye if that's kind of like your point, is that you want to upset Jordan, but it doesn't need to be one of your friend's ex-husbands. Yeah. Like, you're just bringing an innocent person in there.
Very known that, like, he's not a fan of Jordan. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so
no,
this is funny to him. Like, this is like,
and it gets him more attention, more to talk about, more TikToks to make, because he's gonna make fun of it. I don't know. It's just, I did not like that. So just other stuff on hers, that we found out Jordan had cheated first, and she had found that out fairly soon before she went and hung out with Marciano in LA. So she wanted to make it clear, doesn't make what I did okay, but that's where my headspace was that I had found out that my husband had gotten escorts. I think it's hilarious that Jordan can just go cheat. He had it buy escorts. Like, that's funny.
So gross.
Yeah. Just all the stuff we kind of already heard, that Jordan wanted her to work and bring in the money so he could maintain his lifestyle, but like also wanted family traditional values. So he wanted her to cook and clean and take care of the kids. And the one thing that really just blew my mind is that he was out selling solar panels or whatever. Like, that was his job. So he traveled a lot. And once she had the studio, she was teaching classes with hair, and then got the Mom Talk, the show, Mormon Wives show. She was like, we can't do this. Like, you can't continue to travel. She meant you need to get a job closer to home, even if it pays less. He just came back. They still kept nannies and, like, dropped the kids at school and shit. And then he just went and golfed all day.
Yeah.
She's like, I didn't really expect he just wouldn't work at all. Like.
Yeah. For 3 years, I guess that was happening. Yeah.
How can you. Yeah, I don't know. It's one thing when one of your partner is taking care of those things for you, like a Connor or whatever, like,
and a Jacob,
that supporting you. Yeah, but not Zach. I don't trust him still.
I don't know about. I don't know. I have some things that I want to say about him then, but I don't.
I have a screenshot I want to talk about for him then.
All right. Yeah, I don't think Jen's getting the same support and grace for everything that she's going through with Zach. I don't either. And then one more thing with Jessi and Jordan is, you know how she talked a lot on her Call Her Daddy thing about how Jordan and Dakota are so close and they bounce everything off each other, and they essentially, like, are, what's the right word? Like, what's the word when you're an addict and, like, you're supporting somebody? I was gonna say an influencer. Enabler, yes. So, like, they kind of enable each other, and, like, they're both toxic, horrible men. So I have a theory, and again, my theory, my opinion. I've already gotten myself in trouble. I'm not going to be posting this to Instagram. Well, it'll stay here. But the way she kind of said, well, I mean, Dakota probably released the video. Like, he was the one that had it on his phone. Like, to her, that just seemed logical too. But then I was thinking about it more. Jordan is a terrible friend. He's a terrible husband. Like, he's just an evil person, honestly. Like, I think Dakota's toxic, but I honestly put Jordan higher. He throws Dakota under the bus constantly by telling Jessi stuff that Dakota told him. Like, he's not even a good guy's guy. Like, he came back from the villa and immediately said shit that they said they weren't going to say. Like, he is just about Jordan, period. Dakota probably shared that video with him. Like, they have shared the video. It would not surprise me. He filed on the 19th. That video dropped to TMZ on the 19th. Jordan was out to fucking set shit on fire that day. I think something happened, and he was like, I'm done, because he found out that Jessi was going to go and call her daddy, and they had a plan that they were going to file together. They were going to put their statements out. They were going to do this as low key as you can, being a public figure.
and something pissed him off, and he flipped that day. And I think he sold that video and fucking went and filed for divorce. That's my opinion.
I wouldn't.
Because Dakota says he didn't. Yeah. And it would not.
Him and Dakota could have been on the same page with that. You know what I mean? I could see those two sitting down and making a fucking plan and being like, you sell it, we'll share the proceeds from it. Like,
oh, yeah, for sure.
Would not put it past me at all.
Mm-hmm.
Who freaking knows?
Yeah.
It's
so then
what people will do and like do some crazy shitty things for money.
Yeah. It's absolutely insane. Okay, so Zach, I was scrolling. I don't know what it's on. I don't know. It looks like it's a comment. So it might have been Instagram. And so somebody, a man, posted to a picture that was on Instagram. Ha, love it. Also, your hair looks super cute, to Zach. Okay, so this is like maybe a gay guy. I don't know. Like I can't tell because it was posted on Reddit. So like the person is not a public figure. So like their little circle is, you know, grayed out or whatever.
Yeah.
And Zach replies, appreciate it, man, but Connor's page might be your place. So he not only was an asshole to this fan, but also is being a full-on asshole to who I thought him and Connor were close and like really good friends. Like, what the hell?
No, we're not. Or wait. No, we're not there yet. But I have seen post. There's a feud going on right now between.
Okay.
With Jen.
But to call him like.
That's disgusting.
To call into question his sexuality or like such a dick move. It's just so like low. And like, you know, Connor gets those comments all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like,
get over it and leave this man alone.
So Zach is still a homophobic asshole, honestly, and just a dickhead. He's the same. He's just been hiding it better.
He has been hiding. And I have been feeling this like, I feel like he is in his little bubble and he does not want to comment or say anything. And it's like, I guarantee you he has told production, like he wants as little like video time as possible.
Yeah.
Because he's so afraid he's going to put his fucking foot in his mouth. And he doesn't want that on him all the time. Like,
no.
I feel like him and Jen both have gotten very little airtime.
Yeah.
Which
I still like. Yeah, I still have my soft spot for Jen. I don't know why. I feel like I just need to take care of her. But honestly, I don't know. Like, I'm not, you know, like, I'm not gonna like ride or die for her kind of thing. But yeah, and maybe we'll see something different. It sounds like I've heard little like comments that it seems like she blows up at some point in the future here in future episodes. So we'll see what that turns into. And we already saw the like where she goes at Whitney and says we're not friends or something.
Yeah.
But I think that's all I had for read ahead, like breaking news kind of things. Oh, there is rumor that there might be a Mormon Wives spinoff in the OC in California, and the only person that's currently signed, or allegedly, like I can't tell. I'm so dumb sometimes when it comes to this stuff that's posted, is Jen right now. And one other thing I wanted to say, I think I don't know if I mentioned it in the podcast or I think I did, or just on Instagram, but there was a TMZ DM going around where supposedly someone had asked them in their Instagram DMs, I think, if they had acquired that video via the courts or police, and they said, no, we did it from an individual. That was AI, like, or made up. Like, that wasn't true. So I just wanted to correct myself there. I don't fucking know. So then someone posted it and they're like, people are so stupid. I'm like, it was a black screen with a DM. Like, how am I supposed to know the difference between... Yeah. Like, it's not like it was like someone with 6 fingers. You know what I mean? Like, oh, yeah. It's so hard now.
I don't even remember what you're talking about, so.
Yeah. It was about the video being released and who did it. And that was like my proof or whatever that it wasn't acquired, but via like FOIA or whatever. Anyway, that's like, we're 20 minutes in here. Anything else? I think that was all my things.
Nope, I don't got nothing.
All right, let's get started here. We are on season, where is my notes? Season 4, episode 5. The book of something or other. I got to get my notes up. Pain and what was it?
I don't know if I even read it.
I'm getting there. Sorry, guys.
Was.
Sorry for all the clicking.
Oh my gosh. I have so much stuff to do today.
Me too. We are like booked and busy. We'll be over at your house at what, 5?
I think so, yeah. Don't judge my house.
Yeah, the book of power and pain. Power I would never. Yes. All right. We are 4 weeks until the Bachlorette. We start right where we ended. Harry, they're like in the kitchen. Harry's there. He's fixing Taylor's hair because it's kind of like a mess on the top. And he's like, it's a little funky here. And Dakota walks in, makes it awkward. Harry is just blown away by this he's like never experienced anything like any of this. It was funny. They're like, they go out back and then Dakota leaves the kitchen and he goes outside towards the fire, wherever that is in the house. Cause it's like one of those California houses. So there's like 5 or 6 sides of it, with like outdoor spaces. Yeah. So he goes to one outdoor space. They end up going out the kitchen door to like another outdoor space that's further down the house. But like where Dakota is with Layla, Mason, Dakota, Jason, Michaela, they're all around the fire. They can see the other group farther away. So the other group's Taylor and Harry, and then Miranda, Macy, and Jacob. They're like chatting about different things, and they say polygamy, I think, or more. Mm-hmm. And yeah, and he's never heard of it. He's like, is that a person? Like he thinks it's a person's name, and they're all laughing. And Dakota's like, oh, he must be so funny. Like they just keep laughing.
Yeah.
Michaela's like, okay, calm down, Jordan. And he says he's just going to keep his cool. And I'm like, but he's obviously not. Taylor just has no filter. So the two groups like end up together. Dakota's like, oh, I'll make room for you. And he ends up sitting right next to Harry and like trying to become his best friend. And they're just chatting. Well, Taylor's getting annoyed by this, so she needs to say something crazy. So she's like, hey, this is one of my baby daddies. I have another baby daddy back in Utah. I'll probably have a third baby daddy after the Bachelorette. And I'm like, Taylor.
Yeah.
Why?
Like, Harry's probably like, okay, bye. Like,
he is. That's literally what happens, kind of. Harry does say, oh, he was asked to be on Vanderpump Villa. But his, like, PR team was like, you're probably going to have sex with too many of the girls, and that's not going to be, like, a good look for you. So he's like, I didn't go. And Taylor's like, oh, yeah, Dakota knows about that. He did it in a bathroom or something, which I didn't know that the sex was in a bathroom. Oh. Taylor and Dakota start going back and forth at each other, and Harry is so uncomfortable. Taylor says something like, well, if anyone's going to cry during these arguments, it's usually Dakota. And Harry's like, his face is in his hands. He's like, I think I'm going to cry right now. Like, he is so uncomfortable. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna go. Thanks. It was fun. See you later. And I'm like, Taylor needs to get it together. Why did she let Dakota get under her skin like that? Like,
I don't know.
I don't think there is anyone who has ever gotten under my skin so much that I literally can't control myself. Like, it's so crazy to me. Like, I've never seen anything like it. She just, like, loses her mind. So he leaves, then we get the opening. It's the next day. We see Layla in like the doorway of a bedroom, and she screams and goes, "Ew, I just saw Dakota naked." And I'm like, oh no. Dakota and Taylor are in bed together. Why? Why?
She can't help herself. I have no idea. Like, she cannot help herself. I think it's just so...
No.
It's also a comfortableness. You know what I mean? Like, we have a kid together. Like, I feel like she wants somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, she's lonely. She wants that comfort. And unfortunately, he's there.
Yeah.
And that's her comfort.
And yeah, I mean, she literally said she saw him walk past the door, and her son Ever has the same walk. And I'm like, Dakota walks like a toddler?
Toddler?
What the fuck?
I was thinking that same thing. I was like, okay, your son is what, 3 years old?
Yeah.
And Dakota's walking like that? That would not be like, I want to fuck you. You know?
I don't think it was like, I want to fuck you. I think it was like, she was like, oh, I want, like, I love you. Like, I think she like I don't think her intention was like, ooh, I love that toddler walk. But that's how he got into her room. Macy and Layla are in there, and they're just like right in front of Dakota. They're like, this is not okay. Why do you guys do this? Like, what is wrong with you, essentially? And then the producers ask Taylor, like, why? Like, why do you keep doing this? And she's just like, I don't know. I'm an idiot. When you're in a trauma bonded relationship, it's like the most difficult thing to break. And like, I guess I've never been in anything like that, so I don't know. Macy gives them this whole speech about how toxic it is, and it's not going to change anything, Macy. Like, I don't know. If I had a friend like this, I would just give up. Like, I don't know. It has to be frustrating for everybody.
Yeah, because you want to be supportive of your friend, and I mean, I think that they can be supportive of her, but I would be done giving my input. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't.
Like, you get to a point where it's just like,
Yeah.
you know what you need to do. You need to figure this out. I'm clearly your friend, and I'm here to help you in any way and like be on your side, but I don't know.
Yeah. Macy just says, you know, Taylor and Dakota are each other's addictions, and like until they essentially get help to break that addiction, like there's nothing they can do. Jacob, they're like all in the kitchen. He's like, I feel like we're parents scolding our kids. And Layla's like, I'm 24. Why do I feel like the adult here? Like, why? I can't believe she's only 24. She is so much younger than all of them.
Yeah.
Macy's in her room on the phone with, I don't know if it's like, it wasn't the publisher, because the woman said the publisher's mad at her. So I don't know if it was like her manager, maybe.
I think so.
And they're talking about how the sales of her book like have become stagnant. Like, they're not doing great. The publishers are pissed off because they don't feel like Macy is making her book a priority and like posting about it and stuff. And she's like, well, I just had a baby. And I was like, if you have a manager and publishers and stuff, like, why can't they post for you?
Right. Yeah.
Like, can't they hire an intern or some kid, like, that doesn't cost that much money, like, to put posts together, and she can just share them to her page? Like, why is it all up to her?
Right.
Like, that seems weird to me. So, yeah, they're canceling some venues and going to smaller venues for other things. She says she's just struggling to balance everything. And I'm like, I can't imagine how much she has to do. Like, she has a lot going on. She's shooting a show. She just wrote a book and she's going to be going on tour. She has an infant. She has a whole business with Baby Mama. I don't know how much she's involved to the day-to-day operations of that, but it has to be crazy.
Yeah.
Miranda brings up she's talking to Taylor in bed, and she's like, you need to be having protected sex. Like, there is a possibility you could get pregnant, Taylor, you know? And Taylor's like, oh, I track my cycles. I'm like, so did you purposely get pregnant with Ever then? Or, because you got pregnant twice with Dakota. Remember, she like lost one. So
Yeah.
if you track your cycles and are so well aware, then how did those things happen? I bet she did get pregnant on purpose, honestly. Probably.
Well, I feel like if she had a miscarriage, you almost then have that like, oh, I was pregnant.
I have to
and
do
now
this.
I do want to have
Yeah.
a baby. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I bet they did. I bet they were trying.
Yeah. Layla says she has a kid that's a pull-out game baby. Whitney shows up and does a grand entrance, high kicks, because it's Whitney. And of course, she can't walk in to any space without doing flourishes and
shimmy,
shimmy,
kick,
shake.
twirl.
Yeah, whatever. She's greeted by Michaela, Mason, and Jace. Michaela says she has had a lot of opportunities like, you know, Whitney has, and with different things, but her health issues are holding her back. I don't remember why that was like put in there. The boys are heading out for hot dogs. Connor, they're all in the van. They're talking about how Dakota and Taylor had hooked up, and Connor says he's very disappointed in Dakota, which I thought was funny. In confessional, Connor says, why Dakota and Taylor, and just like slaps his face, like puts his head down, like he's just like just as frustrated as the rest of us. And then I don't even know, it's just so stupid. They say to Dakota, you're a dog with thumbs, and they're like, yes, that's a perfect analogy right now. What does that mean? I was like, huh?
I don't know.
I don't know
I feel like
either.
I remember this, but I just kind of ignored it because it wasn't my...
It doesn't make any sense.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. If anyone knows what that means and can explain it, let us know in the comments. The girls are out to lunch. They see Jessi Palmer, who is the host of The Bachlorette now. This did not used to be the host when I watched The Bachelor. I can't remember who the host was, but it wasn't him. I saw Jessi Palmer did like an interview or a podcast, and he said Taylor was like, that it was going to be a good season because Taylor was not like any of the other bachelorettes. Like, she came in with like not knowing how The Bachelor worked, and like there's been so many seasons and The Bachelor's been out for like whatever, years and years and years. So like most women or most men come in kind of like knowing the premise, like knowing how it works, knowing how they're supposed to act. And Taylor has like literally never seen it. And so like she came in with like her own spin on everything. And he was kind of like, it's gonna be good. So I want to see the damn thing.
I know.
Like,
it's crazy to me. Like, this was going to be their highest viewed bachelorette ever.
Yes.
It's like people that I've talked to are like, I've never even watched The Bachelor. I was going to watch this. Same.
Yeah.
Like, I've watched The Bachelor years and years ago. I can't tell you the
Yeah.
last time I watched it. I'm like, just kind of like, it's boring and I'm over it.
Mm-hmm.
They were going to make so much money off this. It was
the audience they were going to bring in.
Yep.
Yeah. So the girls talk about how Taylor needs to take all of this seriously. Everyone is so concerned. They act like The Bachelorette is like a fucking CEO of a bank job. Like, it's just crazy how much, like, emphasis. Like, who cares if the Bachelorette doesn't turn out for Taylor? Like, this isn't the end-all, be-all of her life. Like, this isn't, like...
They just want it to work so badly for her to get away from Dakota.
Yes, and I understand that part, but it's just, I don't know. They're acting like the Bachelorette is, like, her dream job, and, like, this is, like, the rest of her life is, like, predicated on the fact that she does well on the Bachelorette, and I'm like, she's Taylor, like, it's, I don't know. It's just gonna be a thing she does. The girls just talk about how Taylor, let's see. Oh, Jen shows up. And to the house because we're done with lunch, and they lay all their babies on the bed, which I actually thought was cute, and I usually don't care about babies, but they were like all the same size, and it was just like, I don't know, it was just a cute little adorable thing. Jen says she's trying to rebuild her relationship with Whitney. Jessi is not there because she is accepting an award. She won some kind of Boss Babe award. Jessi's going to choose... this is the first time we hear from Macy that Jessi was supposed to host her book tour stop in Utah. And then Jessi contacted her and was like, hey, I got this opportunity to host or, I don't know, at least be a guest star at this Unwell tour, which I guess is by the Call Her Daddy.
Yeah.
Yes.
So all the girls, actually, like I think it was Michaela, Macy, and Jessi got asked to do this.
Yeah.
But then realized the date got changed because they were all going to do it. The date got changed, and then Macy was like, "That's the same day as my book tour.
Yeah.
I'm out." And Michaela clearly was like, "So am I."
Right. So what is the Unwell tour? Is that like her stage show for her podcast, like her tour? Okay, gotcha.
Like, it's all over her. It's like her logo. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Like if you watched back the Call Her Daddy, like I mean, I'm sure you just listened to it.
Yeah.
But it's like on all their like drinks, like the Prime drinks, it says Unwell. I don't know.
Okay.
I've never looked into it.
Maybe
but I know that's just like
Maybe that's like her part of the company or something. I don't know. But I'm not a part. I wish I would have started with Call Her Daddy from the beginning, but I didn't. So I'm not a part of that world. It's
actually a drink. It is an actual drink.
Huh. So they're like
Rapid
promoting
hydration plus focus.
Maybe that's like a business she owns.
A brand, yeah.
Yeah.
Like her.
Yeah. Huh. Okay. Whitney says
owned by Alex Cooper.
There you go.
Unwell Hydration is owned by Alex Cooper.
Because she is a businesswoman and she knows what she's doing. She's not going to just have her podcast. She's going to own a wellness drink. She's going to own all the things.
You have
Good for you, Alex Cooper.
Bring all that money in.
Do it all.
Doesn't work out.
Nope.
You got something else. I like it.
Yes. Yeah. Whitney's like, it's okay that your feelings are hurt. Like, you need to communicate that. You can't always just be like, I understand this is an opportunity for Jessi. You know, like you can still say, I understand, but you can also let her know that the fact she changed this up on you hurt your feelings, you know? The boys come back. Macy says that it doesn't actually really bother her that the men are there because they know why they're actually there, and it's just to watch the children, which I thought was a funny comment. Macy says Taylor and Dakota's relationship has been draining her for the last 3 years, and I'm like, yeah, you gotta let that shit go. It's not your, like, emotional, like, weight to take on, Macy. Like, you kind of gotta, like, just like Taylor needs to, like, let go of the addiction, like, you gotta let go of, like, that responsibility because it's not yours to take on. Connor says, or Dakota says that Connor gave him a long speech about why it was not okay that he slept with Taylor. So they're in the kitchen, I think, and Macy's talking to Jace Jordan. Jacob. All the J guys. About the venue and that like she didn't sell enough tickets. And he says that she can talk to Jessi about how she feels about the whole hosting thing and like don't let her off the hook. And they're going back and forth talking about business stuff. He's trying to give her advice. She's getting annoyed. She's like, Jacob's been very vocal about a lot of things that he used to kind of be quiet about, and it's bugging her. I think it's weird that she like blames dad talk, that like her partner is now like an equal voice in their relationship. Yeah. I'm like, that's a little weird to say. Like, I get that she's very leery about having, especially because of where they grew up, the church, the religion, all of that stuff, that like she does not want a man to control her. Yeah. But like the fact that he's communicating his opinions and not just listening anymore, like that's okay too.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do feel like Jacob is coming out of his shell. You know what I mean? Like, he was just very, I feel like, shy and quiet in the beginning. And I do love that he's finding himself. And because I don't think it's in a bad way. Yes, the whole fist pumping thing was annoying. And he's like, oh, got this, like, you know, bros or whatever. But as far as Macy, he 100% has her best interest, is by her side, is so supportive, does a lot for that woman. So, like, if your husband has a response to your, you know what I mean, or is just trying to help you, like, now it's time for you to listen back. You know what I mean? Like, like you have to do what he's suggesting, but like, you can at least listen to him.
Yeah. We get a couple scenes of them, like they edited together of him consistently like telling her his opinions, and she just says, I'm already stressed out enough, like just get off my back. She's like, I don't need him telling me his opinions, I need help with actions. So I understand this. Like, she's like, I don't need you to tell me about how I need to talk to Jessi, and I need to do this, and I need to do that. Maybe go do something for me. Like, go make some posts about my book, or I don't know, like, do something to help me in this instance versus constantly telling me what I'm not doing. Oh. And I get that side of it too. And he says that she doesn't give him respect, so he's not going to help her. And that I was like, what the fuck?
Wait,
like, that's a weird comment. Yeah. She said to him, I need actions from you. Like, I need you to actually do things, not continue to give me your opinions. And he's like, you don't respect me, so I'm not going to help you. I'm like, that's a weird comment. Yeah. And then we cut to him in an interview, and he's like, in our religion, men get the priesthood, whatever the fuck that means. And so that means that they're in charge of making decisions and in charge of their households. But he's better than that, so he's not going to control her. I'm like, oh, good for you.
Then
how about you just give up the fucking priesthood? Yeah, like, I don't know. That's a weird thing to say. It's essentially like he's saying, I'm actually in charge here, but I'm letting her make decisions. So that's still me in charge because I'm letting it happen. But I could take away that power at any time. I was like, ew, gross. He explained, let's see, Jessi arrives with that other guy. I'm not even going to say his name. She won Boss Babe over Kim Kardashian, which I was like, ooh, Mormon wives are like now on top. Because Kardashians are going away. Yeah. They're old now. They're like older. Some of them are older than us. Macy said she's going to let it be with Jessi, like not hosting the party. It'll be over eventually. They'll move on, whatever. Jessi finds out that Taylor's up with Dakota, and she's like, oh my God. She's just making Jessi faces and like listening. She's so pretty in this scene. Like the sun's in her face and her eyes look really light, and like she doesn't really have like a lot of makeup and stuff, and she just looks really pretty in that scene. Then they're talking about Taylor's core wound, and it's her biological dad not wanting her. And she never feels like she's enough for people. And I'm like, do you have a core wound, do you think? Like, is there anything in your life that was a major impact that you think still affects you as an adult?
No. And I have thought about this before. Like, there's always people have like that trauma or something that has triggered them from their childhood.
Yeah.
I feel like we had a pretty
boring childhood when it came to that.
Yeah. I can't say anything. Like,
no.
I mean, the only thing, and it's like I laugh about it, and I'm not even that upset about it, is like how crazy like mom was about scaring us about things in life.
Yes.
That was the only thing. But I'm doing the same thing to my kids, and I try so hard, and I don't think that it's actually working until like the other day. Oh my gosh. I'm like, need to stop. But you know how like I talk about, like bad things in different products, and like, that's cancer causing and this and this.
Yeah.
Harlow comes home the other day and she says something about, oh my gosh, I can't even remember what it was. I think that one of her friends was eating something, and she's like, oh, that's not good ingredients. That will give you cancer. Her friend said to her, Harlow, you think everything's going to give you cancer. And Harlow goes, that's because it will. She told me this, and I was like, Harlow, maybe we should keep our cancer-causing talks at home. Let's not talk about those at school. So now I'm like, what am I doing to my kid? I'm literally fucking brainwashing her with my crazy. So I need to stop.
Like, we can make our choices for ourselves, but we have to let other people make their own choices.
And I feel like it's one thing with letting her know, like, oh, this is, a good product. This is, like good ingredients. But I need to stop with like that. That will give you, don't eat that. That'll give you cancer. I don't even, I guess, realize that I'm doing it until she said that to me. And then I was just like, oh gosh.
We all do shit. I mean, we all are going to like fuck our kids up with some stupid thing.
I know. And then the one day Jersey said to me, I can't even think offhand of what was said or what, it was about. But I was like one of my rants, and I was just like, nope. And she's like, you're starting to give me anxiety. Like, why do you do? Oh, I know what this was. When we were in Jamaica, she cut her elbows really bad. Like they were deep. And then women
I would have freaked out about that being in Jamaica and not. Yeah.
Yes. This was a mom thing. I'm like, infection.
Yes.
Country. Like, oh my God. And I'm like,
you're in warm water, so there's going to be like more Okay,
so I'm like literally in the ocean. Here comes Jersey walking, blood dripping down both of her elbows. And I'm like, Laura, my one very good friend, was there. They take it. She's like, I'm taking care of it. No, like, no, you're not. Like, I'm like trying to get out of the water. By the time I get up, a woman, the bartender there, is dumping straight vodka.
Oh, that's probably
her
good.
Arms.
Yeah.
Me though, and I'm like, instant into your bloodstream.
Like she was gonna get drunk.
Yeah, which I mean, like,
it's not intravenous. It was over a wound, but it was probably a good thing to kill stuff.
I know it was in the end. But then I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I'm panicking. I could see then the panic in her eyes, and she's like, I just want to go back to the room. Well, then like I don't have antibiotic like creams or anything to put on it. It was just a whole mess. And she ended up laying down, and she's like, you are giving me anxiety. And she's like, then I felt like I was going to pass out. And I'm like, I'm sorry. But I'm just like, now we're here for 4 more days. You're going to be in dirty freaking pool water. We're going, like, Yeah. It was just, and then I'm like, now, if I ever leave the United States, I will make sure that they have good health care there. Because now that is something that's, what happens if something happened? Because
and they might have amazing health care in Jamaica. I don't know.
The hospitals that I saw, at least in our area, looked so horrible. Like,
really? Yeah, I have no idea.
Freaking flown my kid back to America. And then I told my friend, I was like, well, when we get back, like, I'm taking her to the doctors. She thought I was insane. What the fuck are they going to do? She's like, you're crazy. And I'm like, what do you mean I'm crazy? I want them to look at that. I'm telling you, they were so deep. I thought that she was going to need stitches.
What happened? What did she even...
On a water slide. She put her hands down and sliced both of her elbows so deep.
Oh, yeah. That's not good.
No. Because then I'm like, dirty water slide in Jamaica.
Oh, yeah.
Slicing.
Yeah.
They put her on an antibiotic when we got home. I took her to the doctor.
Oh, did they?
Yes, I did.
They were probably like good. Yeah.
Yeah. And she said, I'm sure with the chlorine and everything, but she's like, just to be safe, I'm going to put her on an antibiotic. And I'm like, thank you. My one friend is the complete opposite of me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like a worrier, and like that shit like stresses me out. And then she's like, get in the salt water, hon. You'll be fine.
No. Do you know what kind of shit is in warm water? Like, living on the Gulf Coast, like, made me terrified of warm water because we constantly had, like, warnings that there was, like, flesh-eating bacteria amoebas. Like, you can't go in the water here. Like, I like, wouldn't even let my kids, like, put their feet in the water sometimes when we would, like, go to the beach and stuff. Like, that warm water in, like, the Caribbean, like, Gulf and all, like, scares the shit out of me. I don't know. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't think I have a core wound either. But the only thing I always wonder about is, why am I so terrified to ask for help? Like, what happened to me as a child? Like, even when it comes to work, like, small shit. Like, you know, we've talked about, like, at Walmart or something. Like, I won't ask an employee where something is. I will do whatever it takes to figure it out and do it all on my own, even if it takes way longer, because I refuse to ask for help.
Yeah,
what is that core wound?
I don't
know. Who
know,
messed me up?
I will ask anyone for help. You know what I mean?
Like, I know.
That doesn't.
I don't, like, was there a teacher? Was there someone at some point that, like, made me feel bad for asking a question or something, and, like, it stuck with me? I mean, it's nothing that, like, comes to mind. But that is the only thing that I'm, like, still to this day, I will take 3 hours to accomplish something just because I'm going to read all the things and figure it out on my own instead of just walking over and asking somebody how to do it. I don't know what my problem is. And it's not like shyness. Like, I'm not scared to ask questions. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's like, I don't know. I can't ask for help. Anyway, everyone thinks that Dakota and Taylor have to make, like, a clean and permanent split. And I'm like, I'm not going to write down every conversation. Like, everyone is saying the same thing about them. All the women, they're like all back now. All the women are in black. So they must have been like doing TikToks or something and all needed to like dress similar. Though we don't really see the women doing TikToks. The men are all down on their knees and they're acting like wolves or something. Like they're like going back and forth at the camera and then they howl. It was very weird.
I actually saw that TikTok before.
Did you?
Like, yeah. And I was like, that was weird.
And one of the women says, oh, they all know that position well. And I was like, what does that mean? So then fucking Jessi's husband walks out with a truth box. And I'm like, I hate you so much. I hate you. Whitney goes, I don't want to do it. Yeah. I have no interest in this. Nope. I'm not doing it. Layla says, here comes Jordan not being original again and riding on the coattails of mom talk.
Why don't they say this out loud? I
don't
love
know.
for Layla to say that to his fucking face.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
really, Jordan? And
Yeah.
why did they even allow him to do? I would have been like, take your truth box and shove it up your ass.
I know.
Like, I'm out.
Yeah.
I would have been like Whitney. Like, no, I'm not doing this.
Yeah. Mason and Dakota aren't even there. They're like on another part of the lawn working out. They're staying away from the truth box, which I don't even know if they know it's happening or not.
They
like
do,
they're
and
just
they said that they just weren't.
they're not a part of
involved
it. Yeah. Jordan probably
was-
told them we're going to do this and they're
Yeah.
like not
No,
doing
I'm
it.
good.
Yeah. Whitney and Connor leave. They say their goodbyes because they're not going to have any part of it. Some of the questions that were asked is, who is the least trustworthy in dad talk? And they say Jordan, like immediately. Who needs mom talk the most? And they say, Zach says dad talk, which I thought was a funny answer.
That was funny. Yeah.
And then someone asks, do you think you're self-sabotaging the Bachlorette? And she says, maybe yes. Macy says, Macy, how do you feel about Jessi choosing Unwell over your event? And I was like, oh, someone just got, who made these questions up? Was it like, because they cut this to be like a short scene. Like they didn't make this like a big thing. So I was like, did they all write questions down or did Jordan write all these down?
No, they wrote the questions down. And
Okay.
I'm pretty positive Jacob wrote that.
Yeah. Macy says she felt kind of shitty. Jessi says it's hard. Like, this was such a great opportunity. You know, like, Alex Cooper is like a huge get. You know what I mean? Like, to be associated with her, to like be a host or headline
on her
podcast. Yeah. But fucking Michelle Obama got her podcast. You know what? Like, did her podcast. I mean, like, if you ever get to be on her podcast now, like, it's huge, you know? Layla says her and Miranda got offered the same thing, and they both turned it down for Macy's event. And I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Jessi explains, like, so I think this was all a misunderstanding and Macy being too easygoing, honestly, after it was all explained.
Yeah.
So Jessi says, like, she'd agreed to host the book event, but she didn't feel like it was confirmed. Like, it was always like, oh, it's no big deal. Like, it is what it is. Like, it was just kind of like, yeah, it would be great if you could.
Yeah.
But Macy apparently had already put out flyers saying that Jessi was hosting it. So I'm like, at some point it was confirmed. I mean, Jessi says it made, like, Jessi just, like, it's like, I am so sorry, essentially. And she's like, it makes my choice easy. Like, I'm going to Macy's event, like, end of story. I didn't know this meant so much to you. I always got the impression from you that, like, this wasn't a big deal. Like, I'm going to be doing a bunch of book tours, like, at different places. Like, you missing this one is not, like, the biggest deal in the whole world kind of thing. Yeah. But she's like, now that I know you care, easy decision. Like, I'm doing your event. End of story. Jessi gets, like, emotional, and she's like, I never had an intention of choosing an opportunity over my friend. Like, that was not what was happening. So that kind of ends, and I thought that was good. Like, she chose her friend. End of story. Dakota and Taylor are having a one-on-one, so they go out back. It sounds like Dakota asked her to sit down and talk. Taylor was acting really weird. Like, she was itching her head a lot. She was kind of acting weird. I don't want to say this and, like, because obviously I have no clue, but it almost seemed like she wasn't in the right mind. Like, possibly on something. I don't know. Like, it just, she seemed weird to me. Her mouth was moving weird. She kept itching her head. It might have just been how she, like, was almost crying at first, but trying to hold it back. But she just seemed out of sorts.
Yeah. And
I
will
don't
say,
know.
like, you know how she gets hysterical, like, with that crying, and she's usually drinking?
Yeah.
I thought the same thing. It's almost like, and I mean, I don't think that she was necessarily drinking. I
No.
think it was, I don't even know what time it was. But yeah, like she was like that hysterical, can't breathe, sobbing.
Yeah. And so then he says they need to figure out the co-parenting thing. And she says, yeah, we just need to swallow the pill and essentially like end it. And she says she can never trust him. Like, because I think he's saying things to her like, but I do love you and I just wish it could work. And she's like, but it can't because I will never trust you. Like, I have no choice here. The choice, like, there is no choice. Like, I cannot be with you because I will never be able to get over what has already happened. It will always be in the back of her mind. It just devolves into a fight. How he lied to her when she was pregnant, about texting the family friend, how he would react if the roles were reversed. He never listens. They're just done. She's crying. He won't listen. Yeah, she's just hysterical. She has, just to get off of that, we're almost done. She has a grande coffee, like a Starbucks coffee, sitting in front of her. How do people drink just a grande? I have never gone to Starbucks and just ordered a grande iced coffee. Maybe a hot, but like an iced, like you always got to get a venti. I don't know. Yeah. That's weird to me.
I got a grande yesterday.
I can't. It's like a couple sips and done.
It is only a couple sips. Starbucks puts way too much.
There's so much ice.
I hate it. I can't stand it. I knew in my head, I had a doctor's appointment up your way, so I knew I was going to get another coffee at my coffee place in town. So that's why I got a grande, because I was like, I'm going to get a large later when I get my second coffee of the day. But it was so good.
I haven't even been drinking coffee. I haven't had Starbucks in like a week and a half. Yeah.
Why?
I've been doing Celsius or whatever it's called.
Oh.
The energy drink.
Ugh. I'd rather
or Alani's.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why. I don't like that. Like, I just kind of was getting bored with them. And I was like, I don't even really like this anymore. Like, it wasn't, I don't know. So yeah, that's the end of that one. Thanks for listening. You can follow us on all the things. We're at Shaded Reality Pod on Instagram and TikTok. Please comment, like let us know what your thoughts, opinions. Like and subscribe. Hit that download button for our episodes. If you subscribe, like have it automatically download. It's so huge for a small podcast. Leave us reviews. That's also great for us on Apple or Spotify. We would love a 5-star review. If you have anything less than a 5-star, send us an email. We would love to hear your critiques, your criticisms in email. We're at shadedrealitypod@gmail.com. I'd love to have that conversation and fix anything that you think we could or should. You can, what was I going to say? I had something else I was going to say. We are on YouTube if you want to see our faces. I do always try to get the video portion of the podcast up on Spotify, but it's always later because we don't use Spotify as our host, so I can't just put that up at the same time. But I have been putting stuff on YouTube, so you can subscribe there. You can watch us. I think that's everything. Yeah, thanks for listening. We have a Facebook group. You could join that too. We only have like 14 people in there. So if you, that's like a great place for you to kind of have conversations or let, stuff, information, comments, all that stuff. That's why I set it up, but we just don't have a lot of people in there right now. That's it. Yes. I hope you guys have an amazing week. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.